on a day-to-day basis, ChatGPT is my friend. I know there are other tools. I just went with the basic newest at the time, newest one. And my husband was like, at that time, he kept saying to me, just ask ChatGPT, like instead of putting it into Google. And I'm mind blown at the level of efficiency and possibility that has come out of it. And that has been really helpful in my coaching practice.
I want to also ask about that mindset. Do you see it in other people as well? Like I've heard it described as it felt like it was coming from my job. It felt like it's cheating. It feels like the loss of critical thinking and problem solving. There's a lot of stuff that people feel below the surface. Even people who've massively adopted, when I'm speaking at conferences where they're intermediate to advanced users, they're still uncomfortable with things like, what if ChatGPT remembers all the result, all the history from all of my chats, and what's happening, and is this even safe? And so I know there's fear, right? And I know there's a mindset of I'm not ready for this. So tell me what you're seeing on that front.
So I would say every single thing that you have just mentioned, I have endured myself at certain times, really considering like, oh, but what does this mean in terms of confidentiality for my clients? What does this mean in terms of just my fears around, will this replace coaching in general?
Mm-hmm.
And I am lucky in the sense that I have a very tech savvy and open partner, my husband, who I can go to and discuss these fears in real time.
Yeah.
And he kind of helps me to see the glass half full rather than the glass half empty with this and with other things. And I think this is a very important role that you play, and why this podcast and all your work is so important, because you're getting the human fear and hesitation, you're empathizing with it, and then you're saying, okay, well, you don't have to go all in, or you don't, how about just this angle, or opening it up to this option. And so that slowly adopters can get a little bit more comfortable with it. And I do see it with my clients, although I will say that right now there's very much more a sense of like, okay, not only am I open to it, but I have to be open to it. I have to be open to it, because it really has a lot of positive aspects to it. But I will end off by saying this big but is, we are still human, and it is not, it being AI as an industry term. We will always need, and I think this is where you're going with this conversation. This is what I love to talk about. We as humans will always need one thing that AI will never be able to offer, and that is connection.
Yeah.
It is what I will preach from the rooftops as the key to success in business, in corporate, in career, in family, in life, in community, and otherwise. That sense of connection and how to connect with others is paramount. And that is something that ChatGPT or other AI tools can help with, and maybe advise on or add to. But really, at the end of the day, human connection is going to trump everything. I hate the fact that I just used that word, because it's not, like, excuse the pun.